you guys, and welcome back to another pick a card reading. So today's reading is going to be a yes or no reading. There's going to be no maybes, just yes or no, and then an explanation along with that. So it's not just a straight yes or no. There's a little bit of an explanation as to why it's a yes or why it's a no. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. You can ask any question you would like. It should apply to any kind of question you want to ask. And so yeah, I've got 8 options. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So go ahead and take a second to pick which one you want. I would recommend picking only one. You can pick more than you like, and if you get, like one yes answer and then maybe another no answer, that could mean that right now the answer to your question is either a maybe or it's a bit unknown or not for sure, because sometimes tarot can be like that. But with this reading, I'm going to try to keep it straight yes or no. That's why I would recommend picking only one option so you don't get too confused, or just basically for that reason alone, you don't get too confused. But yeah, I think that's really all I've got to say. So if you need more time, pause the video, but I'm going to go ahead and begin with pile number 1. Alright, so pile number 1. Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Let's see. So with these cards here, give me a second to really take a look at this and decide how I want to give the message that I'm seeing here, because I am seeing a message for sure. But yeah, let's see. So with the moon here along with the well, I feel like you do fear something in this situation. You may have a lot of fears about this or things that have happened in the past in regards to this situation, whatever you're asking about, and you really have to forgive yourself or forgive somebody else for that. And with the well reversed, this is a card that is specific to this tarot deck. In this card, in the book, it says destruction, endings, cold, stagnant. And I definitely am seeing that by the book. You have really been focusing on this situation, and you may be dead set on this situation. Just for example, you could be asking about anything, but you may be dead set on a certain job that you want, and you're afraid that you won't get this job. You're fearful about it. You really do want this job, and you're kind of dead set on this job. But I do see, with the well reversed here, I do see the answer for this pile being a no. And I feel like the reason is because things are stagnant, like change does need to happen in this situation. And maybe, like using the same example, this job may not be for you and you do need a change. You need to kind of shapeshift out of the energy of being dead set on whatever you're wanting here, whatever you're going after in regards to this question. I feel like you do need to change out of that, and forgiveness will definitely be necessary here, because I feel for a lot of you, this is something that you are afraid of losing. Maybe you're afraid of losing a person, or like I was saying, afraid of not getting a certain job, afraid of losing a friend. But I feel like things have been a bit stagnant in this situation, and you haven't been moving forward quickly, because elephants, they don't move that fast. They move pretty slow. I feel like you are moving forward, but I think it's necessary for you to change out of this energy of the moon here and really forgive yourself and be assertive. Definitely, I feel like be assertive and assert to yourself that you can shapeshift out of this, that you can find maybe another job or another person, another friend, whatever you're asking about. And yeah, I'm just seeing like with this card, the word stagnant is really jumping out to me. And so I feel like that's why the answer is a no, because things are going to stay stagnant unless you change out of this moon energy and you start to try new things, try different things, accept change, and go after something different, I'm seeing. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for pile number 1. So overall, I am seeing a no for the question that you were asking. Alright, so hello to you guys who picked pile 2. Let's see what the answer to your question is, whether it's a yes or a no. Alright, so with these cards here, I feel like this not for you energy may be the current energy right now, is where you feel like whatever you're trying to get or achieve, you're not achieving it, you're not getting it. Just for an example, that doesn't have to be exactly the question you were asking. Let's say you were trying to get a new job and you feel like you're just not getting it, you can't find a perfect job, you're not being able to complete your job search because you're not getting the job you want. But I do see that this energy is going to change for whatever you're asking about. I'm seeing like in the future things will start to move. You will feel less stuck, you will feel like less stagnant. If you have been sad about whatever you're asking about, like using the same example, sad about not finding a job, I feel like you will definitely heal from that, move on from that, and you will rejoice in celebration because you'll find a job. Or another example, because we do have the romance card here, if you were asking, am I going to get married to this person, and you felt doubtful about it, I do see that in the future you will, get married. The answer is a yes, basically, for whatever question you're asking. I do see whether this is a romantic question or not, you will find your happiness in this situation with whatever you're asking about. Whether, like, am I going to find a new job? Yes, and you'll really like that job. Am I going to marry this person? Yes, and you'll definitely very much love that person. So I do feel in the future things will start to move. You'll feel less stagnant. You'll feel like you're starting to actually achieve what you want to achieve with the situation, and you will celebrate. So that's why I'm seeing the answer to your question is a yes for this one. So yeah, pretty quick and simple. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Alright, so hello to you guys who picked pile 3. So let's see, is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Alright, so oops, just looked and saw that these aren't centered. Okay, so give me a second to look over these cards and really collect my thoughts. Alright, so we have the Tower and Lightning here. This Lightning card always gives me the feeling of shock, and that's definitely what the Tower is about. It's about shock. And so I feel either for some of you, you have been shocked by an event that has happened in the past. For example, you could be asking about anything, but just as an example to kind of explain what I'm saying, maybe you lost your job in the past and you were shocked about it, or you had a breakup with somebody and you're really shocked about it. It was something that felt, kind of devastating, basically, with the Tower here. And so what I'm seeing, though, is that whatever did happen that was shocking, that might have been kind of destructive or felt, I guess, harmful to you, made you maybe sad or angry, I feel like, unfortunately, that will remain unfinished. So to go back to one of my examples, if you were asking about, will I get my job back? The answer would be no, you won't. And I feel like you will have to move on to another job, move on to something else. So no matter what you're asking about, I'm going to say the answer is a no. That this situation that you're asking about will remain unfinished. And I feel like within the next few months, you will definitely be moving on from this, moving forward. But you will be moving forward into a more positive direction, into something more positive for you that won't cause you this destruction, like this feeling of destruction. And it won't be super unpredictable. And it will be something a lot more calm, because you notice these waters, they're not very calm. They look very dangerous, and then the lightning's very dangerous. And so I feel like you will be moving into something more calm, more stable, like these mountains in the background, something with more potential than whatever you're asking about with this situation. Within the next few months, you're going to start to see movement forward, because I do feel like the answer to the question that you're asking is a no. And I do think you're going to move on from that and find something better, whether it's a new job, new person, whatever you may be asking about. I feel like it's a no for whatever you're asking about, and a positive movement forward to something else. So, yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for those of you who picked number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Alright, so hello to you guys who picked number 4, I believe. So, let's go ahead and see, is the answer to whatever question you're asking a yes or a no? Alright, so, oops, I always do that. The cards don't look too centered. Okay, so, overall, I can just already say this is definitely a yes answer for you guys, and let me tell you why. I'm seeing, with listen to your intuition and thinker, some of you already intuitively know the answer to this question is a yes, and so good for you if you have really been listening to your intuition about this. I feel like you have been thinking a lot about this. Whatever you've been asking about, you've been thinking about it. Maybe you have been really trying to listen to your intuition and deciding what your intuition is telling you. And I do think that whatever you're asking about, you'll start to see movement. You'll start to see this situation moving forward and flowing. It could happen pretty quickly since this is wind. And for a lot of you, especially if you're asking about romance, this looks really positive. Like, for example, you don't have to be asking about this. You could be asking about anything. But just for an example, if you're asking, will I get married to this person? The answer would definitely be yes. This is a card of marriage. Love begins, very loving card. Or simply, will we be in a relationship or something like that? And even if you're asking about, will I get this job? Will I get a new home? Like, will I buy a new home sometime soon? This would definitely be a yes. But no matter what you're asking about, there will be a new beginning. You'll be very happy and in love with whatever you're asking about. So if you're asking about a new job, you'll really like it. If you're asking about a person, you'll definitely really be in love with them and in a relationship or a marriage. But yeah, definitely you'll have lots of strong emotions about what you're asking about. So I'm definitely seeing that this is a yes for those of you who picked pile number 4. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Alright, so hello to you guys who picked pile 5. So is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Let's see. Alright, so let me see what I am feeling here. So alright, so first off, I can go ahead and overall say that I feel like the answer to this would be a no, especially with justice reversed here. I feel like whatever you are hoping to get out of this situation, I unfortunately don't feel like you will get it. I feel like justice reversed is a lot about unfairness. Just as an example, justice reversed usually means like if you're asking about something legal, like if you're going to win a legal case, it would be no, because justice reversed is you not having things go in your favor. And I do feel like, yeah, whatever you're asking about, the answer is going to be no. And I feel like you will, heal from whatever you are asking about. Sorry, you will definitely rejuvenate yourself and release this situation, release whatever you are asking about, because I'm noticing both of these cards have forest, and so I feel like also with observer, I might want to read this card because it says something in the book about not being able to see the forest for the trees or something like that. That phrase never really makes sense to me, but to kind of continue this message, I do feel like you will release whatever you're asking about. For example, if you are asking about a job, like am I going to get this job, I'm going to say that would be a no, you won't receive the job and that won't be in your favor, but you will, heal from that, be able to release that sadness or stress that you feel because of this situation or whatever you're asking about. And I feel like a year from now, and don't stop, I do see like definitely don't give up. Like if this is about your job search, like you're asking about a job, just because this is a no, don't give up and don't stop trying to search for the perfect job, or don't stop trying to search for the perfect person, because I do see that you will find them probably a year from now. But whatever you're asking about currently, I don't feel it's going to happen. But yeah, so I do want to read this because it says something about the forest for the trees or whatever, and I feel like it is important here since we have forest twice. So alright, well, I'm going to read this message. Is the relationship message. You don't have to be asking about a relationship, but this is where it says the forest for the trees message. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself and others and in the landscape. So yeah, definitely try to see the forest for the trees, and it's like about gaining perspective, not allowing your personal feelings to get in the way. So yeah, definitely look at this situation objectively, and I do see the answer overall would be a no. And if you look at it from an objective point of view, you may realize that the answer is a no, that whatever you're asked about, you're just not going to be able to receive what you want out of it. If you are able to look at it objectively, see the forest for the trees, But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it made sense. But so don't stop going for what you want. I feel like whatever you're asking about specifically, you might not get that, but you will get something else that will make you happy and benefit you in the future. So thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for you today. Bye. Alright, so hello to you guys who picked pile 6. So is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Okay, so here's what I am seeing with this. So overall, I'm seeing with karma here, whatever you're asking about, there is a karmic reason for maybe the current events or for some events that will happen within the next few weeks. But I do feel for the question you're asking about. We have the sun here, which means you will definitely get a positive outcome for this situation, which is why I'm definitely feeling a yes for those of you who picked this option. I'm seeing a yes. The artist also, it's about creation, creating something, like an artist does. So I do feel like something will be created from this situation, something that makes you very happy, something I feel that is meant to happen and meant to either teach you a lesson or help somebody else learn a lesson. But yeah, that's why I'm definitely saying that this will happen, because it is important for your life path, your life journey, and maybe somebody else's if you are inquiring about somebody else. And so within the next few weeks, for some of you, this thing that you're asking about may happen within the next few weeks, or within the next few weeks something important will happen, though. Maybe not exactly what you're asking about, but something important to whatever you're asking about. So if you're asking like, will I get married someday, it may not be within the next few weeks unless that is realistic for you. But for some people, that may not be realistic. This is just an example, but yeah, it depends on what you're asking about. But for some of you, it could definitely happen within the next few weeks, or something important related to it will happen within the next few weeks. And with to the sea reverse, I do feel it is necessary, especially for those of you who whatever you're asking about may not happen within the next few weeks. It's important to be able to go with the flow, allow, metaphorically allow the currents to take you wherever, to lead you in the right direction, because the answer to this question is a yes, because you're meant to go in this direction that you're asking about. Let's say, for example, you were asking about, let's just use the marriage example. If you're asking about, will I get married someday? You are meant to get married someday. It is part of some kind of lesson you have to learn, part of your life's purpose, maybe even. And so do trust that you will get married one day, and that, the universe will lead you into that direction, or whatever you're asking about. Like I said, just an example to kind of explain what I was meaning there. But yeah, you will be led into the right direction, whether it's within the next few weeks or maybe longer. I do think the answer to this is a yes. You'll be very happy with the outcome here. and happy with whatever is created from this. So yeah, that's all I've got for those of you who picked pile 6, I think. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Okay, so pile 7. Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Okay. Let me try to put the cards in there. So, alright, so give me a second to really look over these cards and decide what I'm seeing here. Alright, so for you guys who picked this pile, I feel you have felt either in the past or now, because some of you are definitely asking about the past in some cases because of childhood here. But with Six of Pentacles reversed, whether it's in the past or presently, you have felt like you haven't been receiving what you want. Just an example, you may feel like you're not receiving the pay you should get, like in your current job. And for an example question, you could be asking, will I get a raise? And I do think with remain positive and hope here, it is important to definitely have hope that whatever you're asking about can be improved. Because I am seeing with Clean It Up, there is improvement that you need to make. You need to clean some things up. It may be that, there is a past that's affecting whatever you're asking about, whether it's this energy in the past of feeling like you didn't get what you deserve, or even currently, you do need to really clean up. I'm feeling for most of you it's the past. Clean up, the past or any kind of present energies that are kind of, I want to say, clouding over your thoughts. That's what I'm kind of hearing. So yeah, definitely something that's maybe getting in the way of your happiness. I feel whether it is constantly thinking about how you're not getting what you want, not getting what you feel like you deserve, maybe clearing that up and remaining positive about the future, definitely having hope for the future. Because what I'm seeing is that right now or in the past, you felt like you weren't receiving what you deserved. But with this card, you see this person's hands are out and they're receiving this light. It looks like a bunch of little people and like a single person in the middle. But yeah, I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm more paying attention to the hands receiving this light. And so that's why I feel like for this question, it is a yes. You may have not received what you wanted in the past, or the past may have caused problems with this situation, but now it's time to clean that up so you can focus more on the love, whether it's the love you have for yourself, for your job, for somebody else. Focusing on the love, and love is also about giving and receiving. So I do think the give and take will be more balanced, and so that's why the answer is going to be a yes. I'm going to give an example to properly explain this. It could be with anything, but let's say, since we do have the love card here, let's say this is about a person from your past, and let's just say you were asking about, will I get back together with this person? And you're really disappointed because in the past, this person didn't give you what you were hoping they would give you. They weren't giving and receiving the love. I think that in that scenario, this would be a yes, you will get back together. It will take some cleaning up on your part or maybe their part to clear up the past and not allow it to affect the future, and to remain positive about the future instead of focusing so much on the past that you had together, so you can get back together and have a more positive kind of connection and be able to actually give and receive. And you definitely are ready to clear up the past and to move forward with whatever situation you are asking about. But I'm feeling like for most of you, it's about clearing up the past and then being able to receive what you were hoping you would get in the past, or what you're hoping you're going to get right now. in the case of like a raise, if you were hoping to receive a raise in the past, I feel like now would be the time for you to receive that raise sometime in the future, because you are ready. Because even in this picture, this girl, she looks like she's holding out her hands to receive this cross. So yeah, I definitely do see the answer to this question overall being a yes. You will receive whatever you're hoping to receive out of the situation, and that's why it's important to remain positive that you will get the love or whatever you're hoping to get out of this in the future. And especially if you're able to clean up the past and not allow that to help, to hold you back and to make you feel less positive or less hopeful. So yeah, hopefully it made sense and hopefully it was helpful. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Alright, so hello to you guys who picked pile 8. So let's see, is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Okay, interesting. So, here's what I'm seeing with this. So, alright, so we have Deception, Envy reversed, and we have the Magician reversed. So I feel like, even in Volatility, I feel like in the past you have very much experienced either some kind of lies from somebody, even from yourself, like lying to yourself maybe. The Magician reversed is usually like, I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, maybe a trickster. The Magician reverse can definitely be somebody who lies, and so maybe you were dealing with somebody who lies, or somebody who just made you feel very volatile, and if it wasn't a particular person, you were just feeling like maybe you were lying to yourself, or some kind of situation was causing people to be envious of you, or you felt like maybe you needed to be, I guess, sneaky to get ahead, or use the wrong kind of aspects of yourself to get ahead, for example. If that makes sense, like, yeah, like just using not the most ethical strategies, I guess, to get ahead. Could be different things, but I feel whatever volatile energy there was in the past, whether there were lies, whether you were lying to yourself or somebody was lying to you, or whether you were kind of sneaking around in the past, doing things that you knew you shouldn't in the past, I feel like that with whatever you're asking about, you will be able to celebrate in the future with this, and I feel like you will get success out of this situation. With serendipity, you will definitely be kind of carried, like this fairy, carried away to a more positive place. Sorry about that. So, yeah, you'll be carried away into a more positive place. Now with yes reversed, this is an interesting pile because I feel different answers for different scenarios. So if you're asking about a person in particular, like for example, if you're asking about, will me and this person get together into a relationship, get back together, I feel like the answer would be a no, because with Celebration and Nine of Pentacles, these two cards, you see the woman, they're alone, and I feel like whoever you're asking about may not be the best person for you, which is why the universe is kind of leading you into a different direction, somewhere more positive, to another person who's more positive. And if you're asking a question kind of romance related and it's along the lines of something like, will I move on from this person? Will I break up with this person? Some kind of question like that, then I feel like in that case, the answer is yes. Because I see you moving on from somebody or a relationship that wasn't good for you and being a lot happier alone, celebrating, either moving on, breaking up with somebody, kind of not being with somebody who's not good for you, and then being carried into, once again, a better connection, better person. So either way, I feel like you'll be carried into a better connection with somebody else if you're asking about love specifically. But I feel like I said, if your question is along the lines of, will we get together, will we get married, something like that, it's a no. And if it's, will I move on from this person, will I break up with this person, then the answer would be yes. So it's up to you to determine which kind of question you're asking if you're asking about love. So yeah. And if you were asking about something not romance related, then I feel like the answer is yes. And it'll just be a bit delayed, this celebration. The universe will carry you to whatever you're asking about within time, and it will be a lot more positive for you. There won't be any lying or any con artist, or you won't feel like you have to lie or sneak around. Like, for example, if you're asking about, will I get a new job, and in your past job you had to maybe lie to your boss to make your boss happy, or you just didn't enjoy your boss as a person, the job didn't make you happy, I'm seeing that yes, you will get a new job, you will find a job where you are happier, where you are able to celebrate and definitely feel very abundant. So yeah, that's just an example, though. You could be asking about anything. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If it was helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!